In the last episode, the second wave of refugees streamed out of Vietnam, escaping repression and persecution from the communist government. In America, for those who arrived in a new country, the reality was daunting.
Since the end of the Vietnam War in 1975, more than 500,000 Indo-Chinese refugees have come to the United States. 35% of these refugees have settled in California, drawn by the warm climate, the promise of jobs. Vietnamese, as well as Laotians and Cambodians, are beating down the doors to get into English language classes. So many Vietnamese restaurants and stores have opened in downtown San Jose that they now call this area Little Saigon. And hundreds of Vietnamese have found jobs in the electronics and computer industries in Silicon Valley. But there is an ugly flip side to these stories of Vietnamese acceptance and success. There is friction between the Vietnamese and other minorities competing for turf, jobs, and public assistance in an economy where housing is at a premium, federal welfare funds have been slashed, and unemployment is at a 40-year high. Some 200,000 Vietnamese have been living in the United States since 1975, and many of them are now becoming American citizens. At this naturalization ceremony in the San Francisco Federal Building, Chinese and other Asian immigrants outnumbered the Vietnamese. But that may not be true for long.
You are the latest in a long line of men and women who have come to this country as immigrants. It's this diversity, the variety, the differences among the people that made this country the strongest and the richest in the world.
Since the Vietnamese are a relatively new American ethnic group, we tend to perceive the Vietnamese as all of a kind, but that stereotype is misleading. Within the Vietnamese refugee community, there are pronounced differences in economic status, educational background, even ethnic differences.
Language barriers, cultural differences, and economic hardships made the transition difficult. Many found themselves struggling to make ends meet in unfamiliar cities. Despite the obstacles, these refugees were determined to survive and build a future. Many took on low-paying jobs, worked long hours, and leaned on each other for support. Out of hardship came resilience.
Oliver Stone make heaven and earth, have post out like looking for Vietnamese speaking people, no need to know how to act. So that one morning, fateful morning, my friend Hugh, he's a friend, he said, Long, I want to go audition, you want to come with me? I said, sure, I go with you. So my friend Hugh took me to San Francisco, and right in the first round, he out, because the casting director asked, can you play farmer? I said, oh. Can you play Viet Cong? I said, no way, I never play Viet Cong. You out. I'm in. They said, you play Viet Cong? Sure. You play farmer? Sure. Okay, pretend you're farmer. I squat down on my butt. I pretend I planting rice, and then pretend you saw an American soldier. Say, okay, Chi, come here. You eat. You want rice? You hungry? Say, cool. Come back the next day. Come back. Guess what? They give me 8 auditions. I worked very hard for this role. Okay, I don't get it the first time. 8 auditions. So I auditioned for many roles. I auditioned for family member of the main character. So first I get to try some of her family members. Then they try me to be an interrogator. I just slap the table, cut someone nipple off. You know, there's a line. I want to cut your nipple off. And somehow they say, okay, you know what? You play the first husband, the one that make the lead pregnant with her first kid. And I got that role. So that's my first role. when you do a scene, when it's click, wow, it's on a different planet. I'm so lucky to be in this movie called Seven Psychopaths by Martin McDonagh, an Irish director. It have a lot of famous people on it. Christopher Walken, Colin Farrell. The seven psychopaths in that movie, and I play psychopath number 4. And this psychopath, he's like a Viet Cong warrior. He came to America to revenge the killing of his village. He disguised as a Catholic priest. At the end, he became a Buddhist monk. And he burned himself. Oh my God, I learned so much in that movie. Okay, so basically, you can do it the easy way, or you can do it the deep way. The deep way is like when you play a monk, what's going on in your mind? What's happened to your belief? When you play a Catholic priest, then all your beliefs have to change, right? And when you play a killer, what's your motivation to kill all these people? So you have to go through all of that in your heart, in your mind. I like, wow, I didn't know I can be a killer. I didn't know I can be a Catholic priest. I didn't know I can be a Buddhist monk.
Across the United States, Vietnamese immigrants formed vibrant communities, preserving their culture while embracing their new homeland. But when tragedy came, they bonded together and fought for their rights.
As for places like hair and nail salons, the governor says there are more concerns.
He said today that a nail salon was the site of the first community spread case of the virus in our state.
This whole thing started in the state of California, the first community spread in a nail salon. I just want to remind everybody of that. I'm very worried about that.
When I first heard on a Thursday evening about 5 p.m. preparing for dinner, on TV and through text messages, my phone was blowing up and it all said, the first case of COVID-19 community spread began in a nail salon. As my friends and I frantically tried to get more information, we were all blown away that this statement had been made. And we're trying to figure out where, why it's been made, what data, what's the science behind it. And the Nailing It for America team, mind you, we're an all-volunteer team, hurting from our businesses being closed and going through all of this already. We have to respond. We as a nails group, we have to respond. We have to defend our industry. We have to defend our livelihood. We need to be assertive. We can't be our Asian American selves, our Vietnamese American selves in our families where we just put our heads down and we take it and we're just grateful for everything and we don't say anything. We decided we need a voice. We must speak up.
Today, the Vietnamese-American community is a testament to perseverance. From small beginnings to great achievements, they have left an indelible mark on the cultural and economic fabric of America